Hello, y'all. Today is Wednesday, August 5th, 2020. I didn't even get to sleep last night, and they kept my left foot vibrating, and they caused me diarrhea. And then, this morning I had to deal with the homeless men, harassing me by my sleep area, which is not usual. But it's like yesterday. Of course, I had some gang stalking, but overall, I want to say I had a good day yesterday. But it wasn't perfect, but it was a good day. Um, so it's like I know I went to the beach yesterday and tried to get a little rest, extra rest, and because the night before I got some sleep, but not good enough, not enough. And then last night I got no sleep at all, maybe a little bit. Maybe I had 2 hours or less. I don't even remember. But from what I remember, I don't remember having any sleep. So um, it's like I haven't checked any other y- you know some people. It's like I haven't checked any other see all the other hotels. They're more expensive and stuff that I can't afford. And so you know it's like I haven't even really gone to check and see if any um if any other hotel or motel, you know, has me on their do not rent list. And I've been you know, filming at the hotels or motels that I stay at, you know, ever since even last year. So like I so I don't know why they wait till now to do something. That's like it seemed like they allow me to do something, or allow something to go on, and then I guess wait till a ritual date to decide, a satanic ritual date to decide to, punish me or whatever. But I still don't get the 9 hotels when I didn't even stay in 9 hotels here. And the ones when I was in Alabama, that has nothing to do with her. And that guy with the bed bug situation, he deserved to be he deserved to be exposed, and just like she did. So, um, I'm fighting with the depression with that, and you know, it seems like people that say that they're targeted, um, it's I mean, because some people be like, well, be careful if somebody try to reach out to you, because that's how you know they have a situation set up, or if they allow you to get housing. They mostly, like some targeted individuals say that they will mostly turn me down for housing, but the only reason why they allow me a certain housing or a certain job is to orchestrate and set up shop, is how they say, set up shop for heavy gang stalking activity. But most would just reject me for housing and jobs. So it's been well over a year since I've been on a housing list, um, area housing here in Pensacola, and the black ladies are extra rude over there, and I didn't realize, it was part of the gang stalking, that if every time you try to seek government assistance, you get treated with extra abuse. Like if you go to the DMV, or you go to the Social Security office, food stamp office, you deal with rude receptionists at the doctor. Uh, um, I didn't realize that was part of the program. So I'm feeling just like extremely like very, 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 very depressed and upset, and it's like um me being street homeless and not being able to have a shower is you know causing me to feel like increased anxiety, um and making me almost on a feeling on the verge of a meltdown. But it seemed like everybody was attacking me. It's like even before this incident, nobody wanted everybody, even the ones who said they're targeted, acting like they had a problem with me staying in hotels, had a problem with me asking for help. I wasn't really trying to stay in hotels, but they gave me enough money, just enough money for certain people. Gave me just enough money for a hotel room for a night or for a week. But some people say the van life is great for a targeted individual because you can move around, or you don't have to stay in the same place and be harassed. But I'm the type of person, I love to travel, but at the same time I would rather have a comfortable but permanent place. But I guess we're not allowed to have comfort, you know. So I was trying to raise funds for um a van to live in, and you know um that lady, I don't know, I think she must have saw my video and got mad at me. um so it's like I wasn't sure of what to think because of the way people have been approaching me lately. Oh, you won't get gang stalk here. And then it's like, as the conversation, as the phone conversation, as time goes on, then they become like increasingly verbally and mentally and psychologically abusive. You know, I'm still psychologically and mentally traumatized by that guy who calls himself DJ. And he's freaking younger than me. I shouldn't have to be traumatized by somebody that's younger than me. You know, um, but I don't care what nobody says. He was a highly narcissistic, highly abusive pretending to be a targeted individual, and I bet you he was a Freemason too. Um, So it's like people try to make it like as if oh, you're burning, yeah, narcissistic abusers. Like even the fake foster family used to be like, you're burning your bridges from people trying to help you. No, you're not trying to help me. You're trying to control me and take away my freedom, and treat me like I'm in detention or something. So other professed targeted individuals, they say that most people, the majority of, I mean, they say there are a lot of targeted individuals, but why so many in the community are said by others, to be fake. They say, if they said that there are like millions of real targeted individuals, but then you go to the community and they say that like on YouTube or Twitter or Facebook, they'll say over 90% of everybody is fake and only about 10% real. So that's hard. I don't know if they're perps or if they're real people saying that to try to make you not really trust anybody. Um, but I wish I had my own place. Um, I mean, if a tiny house, I don't even know what it's like to be in a tiny house. you know, to me, a tiny house looks smaller than a mobile home or RV or something like that. So it's like I've tried. They had youth hostels in New Orleans, my hometown, and it's like it was uncomfortable staying like to a room with dirty people who have nasty habits. and they had this white girl named Brandy. Um, she like invaded my space. I mean, she looked like she was homeless, living in her car, but then she stayed, and she was from Florida. But then she stayed at the hostel in New Orleans, and she was extra friendly, but like she violated like my space, personal space, you know, and plus the beds at the hostel were very uncomfortable, and they had that Lorraine lady who was a narcissistic control freak, fake friend, and come to find out, I didn't know. I realized she was a perp, and then the guy who Michael, whatever his name is, um, he was the one. He acted like a perp too, and he was highly narcissistic. And then I read the Google reviews on that place at that Marquette hostel in New Orleans, and that was before I realized that I was gang stalked. But um, they had that highly narcissistic lady. She was a fake TI perp, and her name was Rhonda. I don't know her last name. She was a white lady who, claimed to be targeted and act like she knew very well against the Illuminati and stuff in the New World Order and 5G and artificial intelligence. And, you know, she was highly abusive towards me, and they deliberately and on purpose try to put me in a room with her. And then the next time, then they turn around and lied and said that there were no rooms, no space or whatever. Um, so it's like I cannot live with people. I can't. It's like I have to be by myself, more like with my mindset and my disability and everything. I function best by myself. But it's like I cannot be around another person and other people. It's like I don't really get to, if I'm associated with another person, it's always like them trying to control me like a total puppet on a string. And I'm 36 years old and not allowed my freedom to, choose what I want to do. You know, if I decide I want, I can't even, like, if I'm living with somebody, even if I'm paying to stay there, I can't even choose like what I want to eat. Or if I do get to eat, I can't eat when I want. I have to wait for them, wait till they're ready. And so, you know, they had this person who contacted me a day or two ago and said that they wanted to charge me $460 to stay in a room for rent. But I'm scared of my money being wasted, and I'm scared of being perped. And then, if I stay, like, I was afraid that I was afraid that I was put, you know, unintentionally, putting Janet in jeopardy when I was filming that guy that kept blasting his music. I didn't want her to get hurt or get in trouble. But, I just wanted him to freaking stop. And then in the end, he did threaten me. And y'all have that on video, of him threatening me. So, I'm I'm like scared to stay in a permanent place. Well, I might get evicted for filming the gang stalkers. They might manufacture that on purpose. Some people suggest that I go stay at campgrounds. The woods is not ideal because I don't know how to survive in the woods, and I don't know how to get to the woods. And it's just really scary for a lone single female. But I think if I had a vehicle, I think it would be easier for me to go on a campground. But they're keeping me sleep deprived. Like, they kept me making a lot of diarrhea last night. I still feel like scared to sign apartment lease or a housing lease or whatever, And I don't know. I do feel like I want a permanent place in my own place again. But scared to sign. I like my past, permanent housing situation with Section 8 left me traumatized. You know, um, and I didn't realize this would happen in hotels and stuff. You know that I'm banned from everywhere. And it's like people making like as if, oh, you get Social Security and SSI, and plus you're getting help from um, people giving you money. And most people don't get that or whatever, But I've been going so many years and having less than $1,000 in my bank account every month for years. That, and you can even add $150 on food stamps on top, and it will still be less than $900 for years. So I mean, I hate it how people making like as if you're on SSI and Social Security and I'm considered disabled, but just because I can walk, y'all making like I'm not that disabled. Well, I never wanted to be on SSI and Social Security anyway, and I wanted to be independent and have my own job. But the foster mom made those arrangements before we even turned 18, for me to be forced against my will on SSI and Social Security. I wanted to work and be independent, but they want to keep me dependent with no ownership or control over anything. Like they want to keep me homeless and keep me riding the buses, and I'm not allowed to drive my own car because they want more control over me, and they want me to be forced to follow more rules. And rules that they set for me are rules that'll lead me on a path to I'll end up going to hell following their rules. You know, of ungodly, wicked control freaks who think they're God or think they're bigger and better than God. You know, but I just wanted to let y'all know that being on SSI and Social Security is like a rich man Lazarus situation. That and food stamps and stuff, it's like a rich man and Lazarus situation. It's not a doggone gravy train like y'all try to make it out to be. You know, so it's like I'm trapped on SSI and Social Security against my will. And then if I try to get off, they tell me I can't get off of it. And if I do get off of it, then they're going to make me pay all that money back. But even though I am disabled, but I'm, tired of them, being so controlling and stuff like that. You know, I'm not trying to sound ungrateful or anything, but that's like with Section 8 and stuff. It's just too controlling and too many rules. Um, and stuff like that. Pointless rules or rules that don't make sense. Like they control how many visitors you should, even if it's family. People who you love and care about. They want to control how many visitors you should have at your house and stuff like that. When if you had your own house or living in your own apartment or some, like if you owned your own house, you can have somebody come stay with you for as long as you want. You know, with nobody telling you, or I don't know. It's just so much stuff that I mean, I never planned or wanted to live this life. That I'm not allowed to have dreams or anything. Everything just shattered. And I thought I was gonna be, by the time I was 25, I thought I was gonna be married with 3 kids, successful in my career field. And I thought I was going to be that successful OBGYN, that doctor. Or I thought I was going to be a successful translator. I didn't think I would be still single and homeless and considered unattractive and having no family or friends and bouncing around from place to place. I mean, I have a college degree, but can't get a job nowhere. And then I get told that it's my fault. The same thing that they create and set up for you, then they turn around and blame you. Oh, the reason why you can't get a job. Well, You smear campaign me. That's the real reason why I can't get a job. Or you have me blacklisted. So yeah, Miss Mary is one of them. Miss Mary is associated with, you know, females can't be Freemasons. I heard, but I think I heard something about that. Freemasonry is starting to accept actual women and trannies now. But she's most likely with the Order of the Eastern Star. So um, I'm really tired of being gang stalked and harassed, and um, it's like the gang stalkers. The gang stalkers, a lot of them look too innocent to be criminals. If the gang stalking is a felony, I feel like I should have a right to deserve a quiet home just like anybody else, or I should, have a right to have a car and a job just like everybody else, or a husband or whatever, a family just like everybody else. But even other professed targeted individuals be like, no, you don't get to do this, you don't get to do that, you don't get to have, like as if you're defending the perps, like you don't want me with anything good either, and you say you're heavily targeted. I mean, you have a problem with me wishing for a new vehicle, or a vehicle period, or you have a problem with me staying in hotels, or I mean, I don't want to stay in hotels, but I mean, I was trying to get a vehicle to live in, or you know a permanent, I mean, my own place. But I mean, even if it's month to month, but I heard they're not doing that anymore. And the what I've seen on Airbnb has been like I can't afford. It's been stuff I can't afford. Like those $100 rooms and stuff. So I guess I'm gonna have to go for now, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.